The American Civil War, fought from 1861 to 1865, was a pivotal conflict in U.S. history that had profound effects on the nation's political, social, and economic landscape. Here's a detailed overview. Background and causes: slavery. The primary cause of the Civil War was the issue of slavery. The southern states relied on slavery for their agrarian economy, while the northern states, where slavery was either abolished or less entrenched, increasingly opposed it. States' rights: southern states advocated for states' rights, arguing that they had the authority to make their own laws, including those concerning slavery, without federal interference. This was in contrast to the northern perspective that supported a stronger federal government. Economic differences. The industrial North and the agrarian South had different economic interests. The North favored tariffs and a strong central economy, while the South opposed tariffs that they felt disadvantaged their export-driven economy. Political tensions. The election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860, a candidate who opposed the expansion of slavery into new territories, exacerbated tensions. Southern states feared that his presidency would threaten their way of life. Major events and battles. Secession and formation of the Confederacy. From 1860 to 1861, following Lincoln's election, several southern states seceded from the Union, starting with South Carolina in December 1860. They formed the Confederate States of America, led by President Jefferson Davis. Fort Sumter. In April 1861, the war began with the Confederate attack on Fort Sumter in South Carolina. This marked the start of open conflict between the North and South. Key battles: First Battle of Bull Run in July 1861 was the first major battle of the war, which resulted in a Confederate victory and demonstrated that the conflict would be long and bloody. Antietam, in September 1862, was the bloodiest single-day battle in American history, leading to a tactical draw, but giving Lincoln the opportunity to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. Gettysburg, in July 1863, was a turning point in the war, where Union forces, led by General George Meade, defeated Confederate forces under General Robert E. Lee. This battle marked a significant shift in momentum towards the Union. Sherman's march to the sea, from November to December 1864, was General William Tecumseh Sherman's devastating campaign through Georgia, aimed to cripple the South's ability to continue the war. Major figures: Abraham Lincoln. The 16th President of the United States, Lincoln led the Union during the war and worked tirelessly to preserve the nation and end slavery. His leadership was crucial in navigating the Union through the conflict, and his issuance of the Emancipation Proclamation was a key war measure. Jefferson Davis, the President of the Confederate States, Davis struggled to maintain cohesion among the southern states and manage the war effort against the Union. Ulysses S. Grant, Commanding General of the Union Army, Grant's strategic acumen and relentless pursuit of Confederate forces played a key role in the Union's victory. Robert E. Lee, the leading general of the Confederate Army, Lee was a skilled military leader who won many battles but ultimately was unable to secure Southern independence. End of the war. Surrender at Appomattox. On April 9, 1865, General Lee surrendered to General Grant at Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia, effectively ending the major fighting. This event marked the beginning of the end of the Civil War. Assassination of Lincoln. On April 14, 1865, President Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater, just days after Lee's surrender. His death was a significant blow to the nation during the tumultuous period of Reconstruction. Consequences. Abolition of slavery. The abolition of slavery was legally formalized with the ratification of the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution in 1865. Reconstruction. The period following the war, known as Reconstruction, involved the rebuilding of the South and integrating formerly enslaved people into American society. This period was marked by significant political, social, and economic challenges. Economic and social impact. The war devastated the South's economy and infrastructure, leading to a long period of recovery. It also set the stage for future civil rights struggles and laid the groundwork for a more centralized federal government. The American Civil War was a transformative event that reshaped the United States, leading to the end of slavery and setting the stage for future political and social changes.